Greetings once again, friends, cohorts, and the occasional partner in crime. It is I, your beloved host, Hell's Unicorn, to expound once again into the deep and dark realms, the insane. And the reason why I'm talking in a crazy voice yet again is because I'm now dealing with another crazy subject. Now, a lot of you may be wondering just how crazy could I possibly be. Well, about 2 years ago, I decided to do something extremely crazy, but for scientific purposes. And what I did was I became a member of MoveOn.org. Now, before all of you start making recommendations to the local funny farms for me, I will tell you why I did this. And that goes to the old saying, as they say, keep thy friends close, but thine enemies closer. And so that's what I did. Basically, I got an email from these people probably because they thought that they could utilize the left side elements of the former Ron Paul campaign to bolster their Obama efforts in the grassroots during the general election, or the up-and-coming general election. I think Clinton and Obama were still going at it at this point. And I obliged them for the purpose of seeing just what kind of kookiness goes on in the ranks of these individuals, as I'll call them, although they hate individuality. I got an email from them. It's a mass email that was sent to all Move On members, because they refer to me as Move On member. They don't even bother to reference me by my email name or my name, first name Jonathan, which is included in my email tag. All right. So I will now read this to you so you can get an idea of just exactly what it is that the quote-unquote other side is thinking right now. Dear Move On member, it's getting ugly out there. All across the country, right-wing extremists are disrupting congressional town hall meetings with venomous attacks on President Obama, the Messiah's plans for health care and clean energy, and these are lined out in the bullets following. Last night in Tampa, Florida, a town hall meeting erupted in violence, with the police being called to break up fistfights and shoving matches. Oh, dear God, the Nazis have landed. What are we to do? Bullet 2. A Texas Democrat was shouted down by right-wing hecklers, many of whom admitted they didn't even live in his district. Oh, so if you don't live in a district, you have no input on a national issue. Brilliant! Third bullet. One North Carolina representative announced he wouldn't be holding any town hall meetings after his office began receiving death threats. Oh my God! I sure believe that bullshit. And even if he is receiving death threats, I wonder why. Could it possibly be that some of the seasoned citizens who stand to lose some of their health care benefits are afraid that they might die a little prematurely? Nah, I don't think we can think that way. That might be a little bit too right-wing extremist of a notion. Bullet number 4. And in Maryland, protesters hung a Democratic congressman in effigy to oppose health care reform. Oh my God, it was almost as bad as when they hung poor King George III from a tree in effigy to protest his ridiculous tax policies. And the tax policies of Parliament, for those of you nitpickers who think I'm getting my history wrong. Going on now. We've got a plan to fight back against these radical right-wingers. We've hired skilled grassroots organizers who use ideas they stole from the Ron Paul campaign, who are working with thousands of local volunteers to show Congress that ordinary Americans continue to support President Obama's agenda for change. They have to organize ordinary Americans. Apparently they can't get them to come out on their own. We have to actually build an effort to get the so-called ordinary Americans to get off their asses and to support what they want. That's beautiful. And we're building new online tools to track events across the country and make sure Move On members turn out at each one. Ah, yes, we must stand for the interests of the party, for all will be serviced by the party. But we need to scale up our efforts quickly to make sure this plan works. To really swing into action during this month's congressional recess, we need to raise at least $250,000 immediately. Can you chip in $15 to support our work? Let me see. No. That $15 is going to one place and one place only, and that is the campaign to elect Peter Schiff to the office of Senator of Connecticut to get rid of your boy, Chris Dodd. Moving on. They give me a link to one of their bullshit sites where they're planning to do this, which I'm obviously not going to visit. If the shouts of the right-wing mobs are the only voices our senators and representatives hear over the recess, we'll have a hard time passing health care and clean energy legislation. That's why we're launching our Heat Up Congress campaign so quickly to fight back, using new technology to implement rapid response town hall turnout, organizing personal phone calls from small business leaders and donors to their representatives, running new ads, and activating an energized network of on-the-ground organizers and volunteers. This month could decide the future of healthcare and clean energy in America. On that point alone, we agree. And we're already 1 week in. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, now's the time to get involved. Oh, I plan to get involved, trust me. Talk to your neighbor. Go to a town hall meeting. And today, please chip in $15 to support our work, because we just can't do anything with our own fucking money. That was added by me. Thanks for all you do. Well, I'm glad that you're thanking me for what I'm going to do, because it's going to be quite fun, trust me. And, of course, we have all the sourcing for all of these stories that they allege. Let's see. What are the sources? The Huffington Post, Think Progress, Talking Points Memo, Politico, all left-wing sources. So a left-wing think tank is letting left-wing sources determine the content of their propaganda. You know, my friends, in real life, when incest occurs, retards are usually procreated in the process. And the same holds true with politics. If you want to get the real big picture out there, you got to read everybody. And I know it might be torturous for you, my friends on the right here. I think you're going to have to try to get in and look at some of this stuff to see what it is exactly you're dealing with. Now, on this particular issue, healthcare, I'm basically with you guys. I think that national, universal, single-payer, whatever the fuck the euphemism they're using for it, eugenics-based healthcare is a lot of crap, and I don't want to be subjected to it. And neither should you also. But to all of you out there who are MoveOn.org members, I hope I see you at some of these town hall meetings. I hope you see I want to see the look on your faces before you get those big union thugs that you got in Philadelphia to remove us from the town hall meetings, when you see just what kind of opposition Obama's sham of a health care plan has. All right? So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, you damn dirty hippies. With prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.